the Porsche Arena has welcomed nearly every legend tennis has ever produced. But on April 9, 2026, the cameras at Stuttgart airport weren't waiting for champions. They were waiting for a queen. 20-year-old Alex Eala received direct entry into the main draw of the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix, bypassing qualifiers after Zhang Shuai withdrew due to injury. Within hours, Philippine media exploded with one message: viral arrival in Germany. No trophy. No title run. And yet, millions were already watching. Because Alex Eala doesn't need a trophy to own a tournament. Just 48 hours earlier, she had walked off the court in Linz after a tough loss to Yelena Ostapenko. The defeat stung. Her ranking sat at world number 46. Clay hadn't been kind to her in 2026. Then everything changed. Direct entry. Stuttgart. Main draw. A WTA 500 indoor clay event, the kind of stage where reputations are built or broken. This wasn't a gift. This was a gauntlet. The field in Stuttgart reads like a who's who of tennis elite. Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Elena Rybakina, Grand Slam champions. Top 10 regulars. And Eala wasn't entering as a qualifier fighting for survival. She was stepping in as a main draw player expected to deliver. The opportunity was real. So was the danger. But her supporters. They weren't treating this like a lucky break. They were treating it like a coronation. When the tournament announced her entry, it was just a routine update. But within hours it turned into something much bigger. Social media exploded. YouTube flooded with arrival videos. Alex Eala arrives in Germany started trending across platforms. Fans who had just seen her in Austria were already planning trips to Stuttgart. Because the Pinoy diaspora doesn't wait for permission. They show up. Put yourself in the shoes of a tournament organizer. You make a simple replacement announcement. By nightfall, your event is trending across Southeast Asia. Filipino fans across Europe are mobilizing like it's a global event. That's not hype. That's influence. And Alex Eala carries it everywhere she goes. Just days earlier in Linz, after defeating Julia Grabber, she stood on court and delivered a message bigger than tennis. She spoke in English, then switched to Tagalog. Not for headlines. Not for attention. But for identity. For connection. For the millions watching back home. And that's why Stuttgart feels different. Because this isn't just about rankings. It's not just about form. It's about presence. It's about belief. It's about a player who can turn an arrival into a moment.
I'm really happy with how they've welcomed me and welcomed the Filipinos. There are a lot of them.
I think it's amazing. I'm really happy with how they've welcomed me, and welcomed the Filipinos. I guess we match really well, because there are so many of them here. I'm just really thankful for the hospitality. That moment mattered. When Alex Eala chose to connect with fans, not just as spectators but as partners, it proved something important. This queen arrival narrative. It's not hype. It's recognition. Even her opponents are feeling it. During her second-round match in Linz against Yelena Ostapenko, the Filipino crowd became so loud, so relentless, that Ostapenko stopped mid-match to complain. At one point, she sarcastically told a heckler, "Come play for me so I can learn." And after the match, her words carried frustration, "You helped me a lot today." When your fans rattle a former French Open champion like that, you're not just playing tennis. You're controlling the atmosphere. Now imagine that energy moving to Stuttgart. The Porsche Arena holds over 4,500 people. And Stuttgart has one of the largest Filipino communities in Germany. Do the math. Alex Eala isn't just entering a tournament. She's about to turn an indoor clay arena into Manila. And she's not coming unprepared. Her team, including Sandro Vieni, with support from Joan Bosch at the Rafa Nadal Academy, has her locked in tactically for the clay swing. The loss to Ostapenko. Competitive. The win over Julia Grabber. Dominant. The game is there. And the crowd. It might be louder than anything her opponents have faced all year. Even the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix organizers recognized it. They didn't hide her entry as a last-minute replacement. They promoted it. Fans can now look forward to seeing Alexandra step in. That wording isn't accidental. This is one of the most prestigious WTA 500 events on the calendar. They don't need to hype replacements. But they chose to. Because she's not just filling a spot. She's a draw. And the timing couldn't be bigger. Stuttgart is the launch pad. Then comes Madrid Open. Then Italian Open. Then Roland Garros. Every round she survives builds momentum. Not just for rankings. But for something bigger. The rise of Filipino tennis on the global stage. And this isn't theoretical. Filipino fans are already booking flights to Madrid. Watch parties are being organized across the Philippines and Europe. Engagement spikes every time she steps on court. While the Women's Tennis Association has spent years trying to grow the Asian market, Alex Eala is doing it organically. No billion-dollar system. No massive federation push. Just talent. Grit. And a global community that refuses to let her stand alone. Tournament directors from Indian Wells to Roland Garros are watching closely. Not just because of her ranking, but because of what happens when she shows up. That Lin's loss. Closer than it looks. She led in the second set. Had chances at 5-5. The final score, 6-4, 7-5, wasn't domination. It was margins. And when it ended, the crowd stood. A full standing ovation for the loser. Eala smiled, raised her racket, and walked off with composure. No frustration. No excuses. Within 2 days, she posted gratitude and shifted focus to Stuttgart. That response, calm, gracious, forward-looking, is exactly why Filipino fans treat her like royalty. Because even in defeat, she shows up for them. April 9th, the announcement drops. April 10th, her arrival goes viral. April 13th, she steps onto court. And thousands will be chanting her name. She's not arriving as a replacement. She's arriving as proof that a people's champion doesn't need seating to command the stage. The belief you had when she was outside the top 50. When others doubted her transition from junior success. That belief is being validated right now. The world is finally catching up. So now the question is simple: can Alex Eala ride this wave deep into Stuttgart? Or will giants like Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, or Coco Gauff stop the coronation before it begins? Subscribe now. Because you're not just watching a player. You're part of a movement.